And we are here. Hey everyone, I'm Alan, and we're here with Dan, the owner of West3D, for our V0 giveaway and birthday celebration.
Hey guys, I'm uh, I'm waiting for the YouTube screen to pop up. Um, we've got that slight delay.
Yeah, but I think we're good. Glad to see some people stopping by, checking things out. So, yeah, here we are celebrating 1 year of West3D.
Woo!
So, Dan, why don't you tell us a little bit about the history and why you opened and what you're doing?
Yeah. So I've told some people this story, but I think it was June or July of last year. I had really gotten into building. I sort of set my mind to build a Voron. I had been 3D printing since 2014. My first printer was one of the early XYZ printing Da Vinci's, and I think it was about 2014. Um, and I just sort of steadily built up from there. I've had an Ender, an SLA printer. Um, I was using my Prusa Mark III and just was looking for something else, another project to keep me busy. And stumbled on Voron, but man, it a pain in the ass to buy. Uh, I ended up starting to self source, and then I actually went and bought a kit. And as I started building the kit, I found so many issues and problems with that. Now I have one that's sort of partially assembled. People that have been around know that I haven't been able to complete that project, but it's sort of a half printer. Um, but just saw so many issues. So the first thing I came out with was a fastener kit. The BDF fastener kit was actually our first product. I sold my first, 30 kits maybe to Fabrico actually, because he was in the market for some kits and did an amazing job helping us kick off West3D. And lo and behold, USPS lost the package. So my very first order was a lost package. And I'm sitting here sweating bullets. It's like, I don't know, $600 worth of fasteners at wholesale. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if I have capital to like replace this. Like it's there's a lot there. And Hector, good dude. If you guys haven't shopped with Fabrico, definitely check him out. He was totally cool with it. We figured out something down the line, but he definitely didn't get the best deal out of that. So but do appreciate him, and we still work with each other on sometimes. It's been great. But um we open our doors October 1st, which is why we have this giveaway. We kicked off this sort of month of a V0 giveaway to celebrate our 1 year anniversary. um October, for people that weren't around in the Voron world during that period of time, there had been some YouTube videos and other media coverage that came out that really sort of made Voron super popular, from being more of I think um, a niche type printer for people that really just want a badass printer. Um, it's still people that want a badass printer, but it became a lot more mainstream. But I think what ended up happening is all the stores that were selling Voron parts ended up being sold out of Voron parts because they started selling them sort of like gangbusters. We opened with basically a full store, full BOM for a Voron 2.4 and most of a 1.9 or Trident. Um, and yeah, and I guess the rest is history. We a week or so later, we had our first media coverage. We had a Reddit post asking if we were a scam, and it actually was like the best media coverage I think we could have got. We had a couple supporters that had purchased stuff from us before and said, "Hey, you can trust this dude. He's going to send you real product. It's not going to be a rock in a box or something." And then other people just said, give it a try. And we probably pulled like 30 or 40 orders just from that post, which was incredible coming from the first month. Started this as a side hustle. That was the idea. You know, if I could get a couple $100 extra a month and I could sort of fuel my hobby with it, that would have been good enough for me. And you know, thanks to you guys, it's turned into much more. We hired our first employee in June. Civi, I hope you're out there on chat. I don't have the YouTube stream up yet. I'm gonna try to pull it up here. But
I don't
and
see it
yeah,
yet.
also looking to hire more and hopefully get to a point where I'm doing this sort of as my only job, not balancing a couple here.
Nice. Definitely, yeah.
Long-winded. I'm nervous, guys.
And we've started doing some stuff together within the last couple months as far as, launching these videos. And there's CV. Um, trying to do some videos based on, questions that we kind of see recurring in the Discord community and, not just Voron oriented. We've got some plans for some other stuff. I'm going to be doing a build series that we'll be talking about more pretty soon. Putting together a V0 with some West3D flair, some of the Berserker motion system, and some of the other stuff that we've got going on. And you're also looking to kind of break out of the Voron only kind of mold, and we're going to be doing a video on another sort of an entry level printer. Why don't you talk about that?
Yeah. So I actually have a box here. It's still pre-released, so this is a pre-production unit here. But we are looking at supporting one other printer. We have the Hurricane here to test it out. It's entry level. It's basically a souped up Ender, fancy new packaging and all that good stuff. But there's a couple things that attract me for it, and one of the reasons why I'm looking at it and I want to do a video, do an honest review. I haven't bought any of these, so if it stinks, it stinks, and we definitely won't be carrying it. But the idea came when I volunteered to represent our local 3D printing group at the Oregon State Fair. And most of the people that I talked to that were really interested in 3D printers were interested in starting out and wanted something that was going to be more entry level. When I told them, I had my little V0 out there printing, and they're like, "Oh, well, how much is that one?" And you tell them, "Well, it's minimum, it's about $600 in." That was a little much for most of the people I spoke to. So what attracts me for this printer is it's one printer we can support. We're not gonna need to carry Creality's whole lineup and learn all of those. But it's one printer. It's a Clipper printer. It uses the Monta board with CB1, so it's also products that we carry. It keeps the Clipper ecosystem alive for us, so we can better support people on the software side of things. It does have some things like an 80XL input shaper built into. So I actually think you may be able to get a little bit better quality prints from it with minimal sort of effort. So that's sort of the draw for it. I think the starting price is going to be about $350. So also when I go to these fairs and stuff, I can say, hey, yeah, we do have something that might work for you or your son or whatever.
Which is pretty realistic. I mean, I started off on pre-Ender, so it was the old Monoprice Select Mini.
Mhm.
But then my second printer was an Ender, and it's like, yeah, an Ender is a great printer for $250 or so, but you're still going to wind up sinking more money into it in the necessary upgrades just to get it more reliable and better quality printing. So, if they can do the Hurricane that has a lot of that sort of upgrade built in, makes it a lot easier, because I hear so much from people that just get frustrated because they're like, well, I really want this printer to work, but I just can't get it to work. So, forget it. So if we can get sort of an entry level machine that's decent quality, that gives someone a good platform to grow from, I think would be great.
Yeah, and it's taking some pages out of, I think, the books of some of the new Elegoo printers and like the Vipers and those. It has things like the auto bed leveling, which was the biggest sort of pain in the butt for my Ender. my Ender 5 that I had. So I mean, hoping it's a good printer, but it should be a gateway, hopefully, into some of the cooler stuff that we sell.
Yeah, definitely. And being Clipper based would be great because I know one of the hurdles that I had to clear when I moved from my Ender to my Voron was just figuring out Clipper. So,
Yeah,
if people are starting from there, that's going to make it much easier. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
totally. And if our
So
shop doesn't have to touch Marlin or anything like that, it'd be fantastic. We can just stick with one.
And if anyone has any ideas or things you would like to see us consider doing videos on, by all means, leave a note in the chat, and we'll talk about it. We've got some plans, but always interested in hearing, what people are interested in learning. So, where do you want to go next?
Well, I'm sure everybody here is everybody is here for the giveaway. I do want to tell people that there's a couple things that we're giving away. So the big thing, obviously, that we're raffling out this month was the LDO V0.1 kit. Um, I guess some people thought it might be a completed built kit. Sorry, it's in a box. It's DIY. But that's the big one. We do have a few new filament offerings. We are looking at picking up some additional ones, but we have 2 kilograms of the 3D print life, which is the filament that Doc posted about, and there was a Voron group buy here recently. We are sort of official reseller of them, and we are starting to carry their products. So it's an opportunity for those that print ABS to give it a shot and see if it matches KVP as far as the quality and stuff. Hey, Simon.
Hey, man.
We've got some Undertaker nozzles, both the Volcano variant and the V6, which I guess that's up here, that we can auction off, or not auction off. We can give away. I've got a couple trivia questions we can do for that. We can do at the end. But I think right now, shoot, yeah. We can go ahead and raffle off the V0.
Cool.
And then I do have we can stop for a sec. People that don't want to learn about upcoming stuff we have at West3D can hop off, or if they don't care about any of the other giveaway stuff, they can hop off. So we're not keeping people too long.
Okay. So the way we're going to do this is Dan has given me a list of numbers that correspond to orders that he has. We're going to be using, actually, I can just go to this. If you've ever watched one of Nero's streams, this will look very familiar. So this is a website that you can use to do random name or number selection. I will tell Dan the number that comes up, and he will reference the order number. So if you have your email with your order numbers, you'll know whether or not you won. Otherwise, Dan will be in touch. So if we are ready, here we go for the V0.
Let's do it.
So that is 522, Dan.
522. Okay. That's towards the end here. 522. I told you I'd be ready for this, didn't I? Let's see. Oh, man. I've got it. Here we go. 522. That is order 6812.
Cool.
I'm not going to say the name just for privacy and all that, but I will say that this person actually ended up placing 3 separate orders last month. So thank you. The order number that I read was just the first one. Each person just got 1 entry, no matter how many orders they placed or anything like that. So, but 6812. If you're 6812, I will be reaching out to you. And congrats. I think that's
nice.
Pretty sweet.
Cool. So we've got a question from Hedgehog Makes. Should I switch to a 0.4 Volcano Undertaker on Simple Core. Or is that to someone else?
That's to somebody else.
Oh, gotcha.
Hey, yes, and I think I know who just posted 6812. Yeah, 6812 is the winner. Again, for privacy, I don't want to say it, but I will tell you the person I think is on the chat that ended up winning that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
why don't we go ahead and do, let's go ahead and do, let's see, I've got 4 Undertakers here. If we want to spin it just 4 more times,
okay.
We can give some other people that were entered at least a chance to win something.
Okay. Let's go back to the Wheel of Spinach.
It wasn't Zombie Hedgehog, although that would be cool.
All right, so spin number 1. That is 110.
All right. 110 is order 6760.
Okay, so 6760 gets a
Free Undertaker, and I'll reach out. Depending on what size, we do have the volcano version and all that too. So it's really your pick here.
Cool. All right. Number 2 is $245.
$67.64.
Okay, order 6764. You get an Undertaker. Let's do our third spin. Number 343.
$67.74.
Okay. And our last spin for the Undertakers. $83.
83?
83.
All right, sorry. I'm the worst multitasker ever. 67.54.
Okay.
Sweet.
So we have got those given away. So you want to do the filament?
Yeah.
Or did you want to do that?
I have a couple. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Why don't we do? I've got a couple trivia questions we can do for filament, and then yeah, I think that should be good. And then let's see, and then we maybe for one more Undertaker because I think I have 3 questions. So this is going to be based on chat. So I'm looking at the chat, and whoever says it first, if they send me a message at Dan@West3D. Just with their name, make sure that multiple people don't send me the same thing. I'll make sure that you get a thing of filament or the Undertaker depending on what we're at. So let's do for the filament first. We've got it's 3D Print Life ABS. It's red. It's actually supposed to be Voron red, so it should be a match with what KVP produces for Voron red. And the very first question I have is, how many 3D printed parts orders has West3D fulfilled? And I'll give you guys you could just answer once, please. And let's do it. I'll give you guys 30 seconds. $10,000. I don't even know if there's 10,000 Voron cereals. And this is how many orders. We have fulfilled a few multi-print orders, but this is just one. We're gonna do Price is Right style too, so I'm gonna see if I can get the closest here without going over. Not a bunch, very close, guys. I will say it's definitely under 7,000, the 7,000 numbers and 5,000 numbers. Again, I think you're hitting the serial count, maybe even more than that. Okay, I think. So sorry, the question is, and I'll give you guys like 15 seconds after that. I do know who's closest so far. How many printed parts orders have we fulfilled? And they'd be printed parts orders for Voron kits. So these are full kits, not like little 1Z, 2Z things that we do. All right, I'm going to go ahead. I know there's a little bit of delay here, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. I gave a little bit more than that 15 seconds. The closest was actually Maker Viking at 590. We fulfilled 640 orders. So Maker Viking, just send me an email, dan@west3d.com, with your address information, and I'll make sure to send you that kilogram of filament.
Sweet.
So the next one, and there is going to be some benefit if you placed orders, maybe depending on when you place the order, but the next one is how many orders did West3D get its first month in business? So this would have been October of 2021. I got to pull up my analytics again real quick. All right, we've got 40, 69, 507. 507 is a lot. For our first month, I would have been, I don't know if we would have been in business any longer. You would have found me at the hospital or morgue. We've got some close. Let me see. We've got one that's close, but it's over. It's gonna kill it.
A lot of optimism.
Orders did start at 1,000. Yes. All right, I'm gonna give it like 15 more seconds just to cover the delay that we've got here in the recording.
Oh boy.
Oh, some people are so close. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. We had 147. And so we actually had two people write down 125. I'm going to go with the first one, which is Maker Game Geek. So Maker Game Geek, if you want to send me an email, again, dan@west3d.com, I will, oh no, 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and send you another kilogram of filament. And this was green. So ABS green. And yeah, just give me your contact information. I'll send that on. And then the very last question, since we've got 10 minutes left, we'll do it for another Undertaker nozzle. How many orders did we get this month? So, or sorry, the month of October. So our sort of our year to year, October 2022. first month of second year. There must be a delay. I don't see anything. There we go.
It's coming up. Yeah.
I will give you a hint. There's been some growth. It's more than 147. I got to find the answer. Here we go. Ooh.
Someone on the nose.
It's very close. All right, we'll do 10 more seconds. All right, so the answer was 748. So I think I'm going to check again, but Kalashnikov, I want to say, was the closest there. Machine's Eye, they already started saying it before I saw yours. Sorry, you would have been it. But I believe that is the closest. So if you want to send me a message again, Dana@West3D.com, I'll make sure to get you an Undertaker. And then please do say what you won. If it was the Undertaker filament, because I didn't write that down. So
well, we've got the recording, so
awesome. Well, I think that's that wraps up, I think, the giveaway piece. The only thing I have left to say, since we only have a few more minutes left, is just a couple things that we have coming up. So we definitely always have new products in development. We work with the community primarily, work on their sort of mods and things like that to bring them out. A couple things that you guys might be interested in. We do have some high flow tungsten carbide nozzles coming out. They will not bear the Undertaker brand just because we're working with two other vendors and another creator to bring this to you. But it's think Basel, but I was gonna say better. We're expanding the surface area, which should improve the ability to melt plastic faster. The initial empirical evidence does suggest that it is better, but I want to just hear from our customers first before we snatch the crown off Basil's head. We have Berserker rails, which I keep mentioning. They are supposed to be coming, and they got held up at customs, and they're coming back. But they'll be back on their way here shortly. So in the next couple of weeks, we should have Berserker rails coming. I plan to hand test each of these, so they should be sort of your guaranteed smooth rails. It is a different supplier. It took us quite a few tests to get something out. Anyway, we have things like daylight and RGB sticks, RGB panels coming out for the V0. We did finally get black smooth PEI, and that should be coming here in the next week or two. We'll also be doing a sort of a texture or smooth texture side as well for people that want the texture.
And Dan, there is a question about a stealth burner can board.
We have some new can boards coming. We are working with Mello to get some new boards. Right now we sell the EBB 36, but that's sort of all we've got. So yeah, we are looking to get some of those. Mello's closed down for COVID, so that kind of put a little bit of delay in things. Other than that, I mean, 2023 is going to be really good for us. I think we established a nonprofit 501c3. And it's the Community Innovation Fund, and we're hoping to push a lot more innovation to the community, supplying makers with either sourcing resources or direct funding to help them be able to make the things that we all love. We do have new kits coming. Civi said she promised. You have me now recorded saying that she's going to work on a Trident configurator. So I know some people have really been dying for that. It is coming and it is coming sooner. We've talked about putting some V0 kits out. Also, we're working on Positron, Mercury One, Hydra, and some other kits out there that you'll start seeing from us here really soon. And I know we've got 3 minutes left of our session that we can go to. I thought this was going to be 15 minutes. Thank you guys for hanging on here. Really appreciate you guys joining. There's more people here than I thought would really be interested in listening to me talk for so long and sticking around after we gave away all the stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, we do check us out on Discord. I pretty much am living there. We have a channel on the Voron Design server. Please check us out. We do have a posted thing. If there's any items that you want us to carry, we do have on a pinned post on that server, a sheet that you can go and add things that you would like us to pick up. And every time we do sourcing, usually about once a month, I'll check on that and see if we can pick up any of those items that you guys are struggling to find. So with that, yeah, thank you guys for coming. Sorry I haven't been able to monitor the chat. I will follow up with any of you guys or review any of this stuff after we close out here.
Cool. And I will put in the obligatory, as we're trying to push more of our content with YouTube, please, if you're interested, subscribe, do the like thing, because that tweaks the algorithm and, puts our stuff in front of more people that can hopefully learn a little something from it. So with that, thanks everybody. And unless there's anything else, Dan, we'll all see you next time.
No, I think, again, thank you guys. It was fantastic having you. We will be putting out more content. Look, I think coming up soon, Alan's V0 build is going to be pretty sweet. Some of the products we'll be talking about again are the Berserker motion system with our ABEC 9 bearings. We're going to be showing off some new ACM panels with some custom etching and some other cool stuff. So definitely check that out. And then other content that we have planned, we're going to try to roll out some every few weeks, I think.
Yep. All right. Well,
Awesome.
Thanks again.
Thank you, guys.
And we will see you soon.
Sweet. All right.
Bye.
Bye.